Hi there. My name is Andy Little. I am in accounts and onboarding with Paramediq. State reporting, compliance, and NEMSIS. Those things can mean a lot of different things to different people, depending on your experience with that process. But on top of that, you also need to make sure that you're compliant with your own agency requirements, be that legal needs or billing purposes or any of the slew of different reasons. You want to make sure that your crews are collecting the data that you need collected. So how is that approached within Paramediq? Well, it's pretty straightforward. For example, I brought up a call here. We'll pretend I'm working this call out in the field, and I actually touched on this on the reporting introduction, but just to recap, you are able to completely configure what your team needs to be collecting in the field. And what that looks like is, for example, you can see in this call, this is a call in which my patient is treated and transported. So the program is seeing that, and it is highlighting a lot of fields you can see on screen bright red. Any field that is red is indicating to me, the crew member working on this call, that it is required before I can actually close out and get this call submitted to the web. So Paramediq is already policing those rules for you by the time it's closed, saving you all that time, and so that you don't have to, when calls are submitted, missing a bunch of stuff and having to send it back. That's just one of various powerful ways we can ensure that the program is doing a lot of work for you on that end. Now, on the NEMSIS side of things, your life is easy. Paramediq is going to set you up for your state compliance, state reporting, and NEMSIS, all in a hands-off fashion. And what I mean by that is we set all of that up for you behind the scenes so that when you're up and running, you're ready to go and start your reporting. Within the call as well, we have a direct connection to your state's NEMSIS pipeline so that you can ensure that your call is going to be passing at the state level upon submission. So for example, if we look on the top right here, I've got a button that says validate. So anytime while I'm working my call, I can go ahead and click validate up on the top right, and it's going to tell me exactly what the state is needing from me at this time. Now, on the same token, if I go ahead and hit review and attempt to submit this call, every single time you go to submit, it also does this check automatically. So when you go to submit and close a call, it does two things. It makes sure that it is checking your own agency requirements, so those red fields that we talked about, and then it also double checks the state NEMSIS requirements. That said, I'm just going to click the one while I'm in the call, and you can see in my case, it's giving me an error, and it's saying provider's primary impression is a required field when arrived at patient is not blank. Now, that's the verbiage straight from the state. It's basically saying if you met up with a patient, you should have a primary impression. So we're going to go to my primary impressions, and we'll go ahead and input what we need to. In this case, we'll say it's generalized abdominal pain. Now, once I go ahead and ensure that's done, I can go ahead and pop back into validation, and we've resolved that. My call is now ready to go ahead and submit. So with that, we're going to go ahead and switch gears to the web. And what I've done is just brought up the admin portal. I highly recommend, if you haven't already, watching the overview on this admin portal, but I wanted to briefly touch on this reporting tab, which you will get with Paramediq. This is keeping track of all of your submissions to the state and will give you live status of that. Now, because your calls are being validated for NEMSIS purposes upon submission, they should all be a pass, which is awesome. So it really saves you a lot of time in terms of tracking down that information. If you're familiar with NEMSIS days in the past, you used to have to go to the state bridge and kind of track everything yourself. We have a direct connection to that where you can keep track of everything that you need, and it is ensuring that you are NEMSIS compliant out of the gate with zero configuration needed by you. Our team handles everything and gets that connection going. To that point, if you have any questions or you want to go in depth on some of your concerns, if there's anything we can do to help get you pointed in the right direction to give you an understanding of all of this stuff, we are experts in NEMSIS compliance as well as all of the other facets that an agency needs to make sure things are running smoothly. Please feel free to reach out anytime. We are excited to show you our product. My name is Andy. I'm with Paramediq, and we look forward to speaking with you.